Well, hello everybody. It has been a while, right? I got a new job. It's been very busy. It's been great. But I am here today to try some makeup that I got from About Face, some of which I am wearing on my eyes. Yeah, let's just dig in. This is their 10th collection, Shine of the Times. I am so lucky and honored that they saw something in me. I modeled for them for their 3rd launch about a year ago, and that was just an amazing, wild ride and kind of helped me expand a little bit more into what I want to do when it comes to makeup and modeling and all that jazz. So this is kind of the campaign. You could tell it was something a little different. That is because we have all of these body illuminators. There are 5 different shades, and I'm going to swatch them for you so you can kind of see. I have used it before, and I kind of want to put some on my chest. Let's see what a pretty color will be for that. It is a kind of twist top, and it's interesting because there's like one side, you would almost think that's in the middle, but it's on the side. And they do have like safety seals on them, which we always are a fan of safety seals. This looks to be kind of like a nice bronzy shade. I'm not sure which this is. This is, ooh, it is kind of hard to see. Way Out West. Oh, okay, it's right under their light lock. This is Way Out West, which looks to be perhaps the 2nd darkest. Unbound looks to be the darkest. But they do seem to blend out decently. I have only tried some of the lighter shades though, so I'm excited to kind of dig into some more of the deeper shades and see. I would imagine the deeper shades would look outstanding on deeper complexions. Okay, so here is one that I have tried. This is Loudish. Let's put that on the chest here. And that seems to be like a big dollop. Whoops. But I was lucky enough in PR to get the brush. Let me just kind of stamp a little bit off. And then I'm going to just stamp it here on my arm. And it definitely has some color to it, as you can see. It is not... and you can see on my chest too. I guess we'll see how quickly you need to blend to get this looking nice. And you can see this is a little dark for me. The brush is nice that is in the collection. I'm not sure, it's $15 though. I mean, I feel like if you have a large brush, now I do, and I have been brushing kind of hard. I feel like I would need to, I mean, there's definitely some additional shine, but I do have weird tan lines. So I don't know, I think some of it is a little bit deep for me. But I do think it is really pretty, and I think it's just something that you have to kind of blend in quickly. As you can see, there is quite a shade difference. So I think I'm gonna go on this arm here, and I am going to swatch them all for you. All right, so here are the 5 shades. Up at the very top, which is kind of the hardest one to see, the very pearly shade, that is Light Warp. Yes, Light Warp. Below that is the color CGI, which is this pretty kind of purple reflect, which you can't see super well on camera, but it is a pretty purple. Next to it here, this is in the shade Loudish. This is kind of like the classic champagne tone. These kind of muddled together a little bit, but then you can clearly see these two, which are definitely too probably rich and deep for me, is Loudish and then Way Out West. But these just shine so beautifully that it would look so outstanding on richer skin tones. Now the brush definitely stains. I have washed this before, and it is a white bristled brush, so that is to note. But you can definitely get a lot of pigment off of these, so it's kind of interesting. I feel like people could almost use these as like fake tanner in a sense, and that is not my vibe at all. I like my sunscreen. I like my, I mean, I just have never purchased tanning products to look more tan, my skin. I kind of just, whatever the sun is gonna do after I've put on my sunscreen, that's kind of what's gonna happen. So I've let those swatches kind of sit. Now I'm gonna rub them in and see how much it moves, because it is supposed to kind of set into place. And I mean, really, they have. You can see it has kind of muddled together a bit, but overall, they are pretty pigmented. I think they would stay on your skin. They give a nice kind of luminosity to the skin. The only kind of drawback to me is that it seems like you have to blend it in kind of quickly, and it's sometimes can be a little patchy seeming, just because you have to blend it in so quickly. Certain areas seem almost like they get more product than others. So, and that just might be, you know, something. I've got a lot of skin that I gotta cover. So it really is just a kind of how you feel. If you think this is something you would use, I think this is really pretty, probably across the décolleté area, down on the neck, that kind of stuff. I think could be really beautiful, especially in the summer. So we'll see. Another one of my favorite products from About Face is their Light Lock Highlighter Fluid. This was probably my favorite product that I originally purchased way back when I just tried out the brand, and I was trying them out on my own dime, seeing what it was about, because they were coming out with products that to me seemed very innovative and different and just unique compared to what I had been seeing. So here we are going to, and I'm going to probably do it on my palm just because we have so much going on here. But there are 3 new shades, and this is the highlight that I'm wearing on my cheek, and like, blinding. It is a blinding highlight, and I think they blend in so beautifully. I am wearing currently this kind of pinky golden shade, kind of like a rose gold, and that must be in the color Rose in the Walls, right? Yes, Rose in the Walls. We have Unrestrained, and then Turkish Breakfast. So I'm gonna just kind of blend them a little bit on my hand, just so you can kind of see the finish, which is really hard even here. So the first one is Turkish Breakfast, then Rose in the Walls is in the middle, which is again what is on my cheeks here currently. And then all the way on the end is kind of this purple sheen, and the purple seems to be the hardest that gets picked up in camera, but in person, it is very purpley and pretty right here, this purple. And this is in Unrestrained, which is really beautiful, and I think goes very well with the CGI Body Illuminator shade. They, I think, kind of probably came out in a similar together fashion. But these, I love these. These are products that I wear on like the no makeup kind of days, on the days that I just want some glow on the cheek. They're just outstanding. I love, love, love these liquid highlighters. Perhaps my favorite thing that the brand has. And then lastly, something that they came out with 5 new shades of are Fractal Glitter Dust. Now, I also received their Fractal collection, which was very kind of them, and that had Fractal like glitter eye paints and lips, and these are kind of loose versions of that. So it's just a loose glitter. Now, this shade, along with 2 other products, I actually got back in winter. I kind of helped them do a winter campaign, and they kindly gave me this other kit that they were coming out with, and it has a colored mascara, which I have not tried because my lashes don't do well with non-waterproof mascara. If you watched any of my videos, my lashes are just kind of trash and sad. I have to get back on my growth serum for my lashes, but I also got one of their eye crayons, which it's an okay formula to me. They dry down pretty quickly, but I do adore this color. Beautiful, beautiful shade. But they also came out with one of these glitter pigments for this winter collection. So then come through a couple months later, they also then come out with these pigments for this 10th collection. So this one was in the winter one, and this one was called Accent, right? Ascent, not Accent. Ascent. And just a really pretty kind of classic, what is this, seafoamy green? Kind of a little bit richer than a seafoam green. Has a little hint of Kelly green in there, but a pretty green shade. But then I'm gonna go through and swatch the ones. I am wearing one on my lids today, and I am wearing this super glittery one. This one has some kind of pink reflect in it, and that is what is in the center portion. Almost gives like this oil slick wet look to the lids, which I adore. I think that looks so like sultry. I just so pretty. So this is in the shade Out of Body. Just really pretty. I did use a glitter glue. I kind of had a very deep base all across the lid, and then from there I tapped this over. And yeah, I'm not sure you're gonna see it super well in this swatch, but it is very beautiful and shiny. I think it looks kind of better on the lid. There is also some kind of looser pink almost shimmer to this, where the larger chunks of that shade are definitely more gold in tone. Now another one that I think is so stunning, this is in Saint Ceremony, and it has a pink glitter but with like a blue undertone, and I love those kind of really unique pretty shades. So it almost turns kind of purple, obviously, kind of a mix of pink and blue, red and blue. You get a purple, which is not translating great on camera, but it is this pretty kind of blue pink shade. Another pink kind of purpley shade that they have. These first two, both Out of Body and Saint Ceremony, seem to be a bit more of kind of like a duochrome, multi-chrome. They have a little bit more of a shift in them, where these other ones don't seem to as much. Perhaps a little bit of Light Theory. Let me try this one. This one I don't know if I've ever tried before. Light Theory might have a little bit of that. Kind of looks a little white, pearly, perhaps. There's a little bit of shimmer in here that's a different shade. No, it's just a bit more of kind of like a pearly shade right here. It looks very kind of bright. I wonder the best application for this, probably, I think all of these, to be honest, would be with a glitter glue, or perhaps like right on top of their matte fluid eye paints. In that note, let me actually, so that when I want to try kind of swatching them over black, because that's probably how I would mostly use these. So I'm going to do a big black swatch there, let that dry, and then kind of play with these and see what they look like. Their deepest one that they have, this is in Juniper Leaf, and it is kind of like a richer green shade. So I will swatch that one up by the Christmas collection one, or the holiday collection. And this one is probably just a little bit more black with green. And see, it's not very impressive here. To me, these, perhaps the most beautiful shade I think is probably the one that I'm wearing today. Or this Seafoam green shade was also really pretty, Ascent. That one kind of has the most glitz to it, for them to be fractal like pigments. I probably would want a little bit more out of them. And let's see, the last one here is Sage Room, and this is their other kind of pinky shade. Ooh, now this one's quite pigmented. Interesting. This one definitely is like of the same family of, and I swatched that in a horrible position, but this one is much more on the same vibe as the top two. really pretty actually on the finger here. So let me, I think this is still kind of wet. I'm smudging it a little bit, but I'm gonna let this dry and then, or at least get kind of tacky here, which maybe it is a little bit, and then I'm gonna put on the glitters on top of this, and then we can really kind of assess what might be one that you want to purchase. One thing I will say that is nice about these, so it's a twist lid. The only issue is I'm not quite sure where to like always put the product. There is a good like stopper that goes into the holes to stop the glitter from coming out, but then, you know, you kind of tap in what you need into the lid. And then kind of some loose leftover glitter can get on top, but overall I actually think it's a decent component for what you got to do with these. All right, and here is probably a better, except for this on the bottom. This is probably the best look at them over a black. This top is the winter collection shade, the holiday collection. This is Ascent at the very top. Then right below it is the next green, which was what, Jupiter Leaf, which actually in person has a bit more of almost kind of like a purple and blue reflect in it. It's actually prettier on the black. Along with this pink purple, this is in Sage Room. That looks really, really pretty. Underneath that is that kind of shifty pink blue Saint Ceremony, which looks really, really pretty as well. Definitely more of kind of that blue tinge comes out over the black. Then the kind of almost silver looking one is the Light Theory shade, which definitely looks quite blinding. But then my favorite on the bottom, you can just tell the reflect, which is the one on the eyes, just stunning, is Out of Body. But definitely I think a better look at the shades when they are on a black base. Here I just did kind of a deep rich brown base and then layered it up with the glitter glue and then added the shades on. But overall, if you're looking to buy something from this collection and you like highlighters and you like pretty blinding ones, I 100% suggest going for the liquid light locks, and then from there, this loose glitter is super pretty. Out of Body, this is my jam, but you know, whatever suits your fancy, suits you. Definitely some cool, different, unique kind of products when it comes to the body illuminators. I always have enjoyed About Face for trying to kind of push the boundary a little bit more, to make it a little bit more something like, you know, this is creativity and makeup, and that is art. That's all it is. So yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. Just like, I can't believe it has been so long. Actually, I can. It does feel like a long time, but I'm just happy to be back, to be here, to share with you, to talk with you. I just want to do it more, and sorry for lagging. All right, guys, thank you again so much for being here. And wherever you are and whatever you may be doing, I hope you're able to do something you love every single day. Seriously, go up, get out there, do something, be proud, be happy. There's a lot going on in the world, and if you are not taking care of yourself, you cannot help other people. So make sure you take care of yourself, do what you can for yourself to better yourself so that you can go out there and better someone else. All right, everyone. See you on the next one. Bye.